Ever wondered how you could identify if your child is on the autism spectrum? This question can often arise accompanied by a whirlwind of emotions. Fear, confusion, maybe even a dash of denial. It's perfectly normal to feel this way, but let's take a deep breath and step forward together. Recognizing the signs of autism spectrum disorder or ASD is not about labeling or stigmatizing your precious one. Instead, it's about understanding them better, embracing their unique perspective of the world, and most importantly, equipping ourselves to offer the right support they need to thrive. So, if you're wrestling with this question, remember, you're not alone. You're merely stepping onto a new path of learning, growth, and profound connection with your child. So let's embark on this journey, arm in arm, heart to heart. Stay with us as we explore the markers of an ASD child. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is not a one-size-fits-all condition. It's a spectrum. Just like the colors of a rainbow, the experiences and manifestations of autism vary greatly from one individual to another. At its core, ASD is a neurological and developmental disorder that affects how people perceive and interact with the world around them. This can impact social interaction, communication, interests, and behavior. Some individuals may have trouble with social interactions and communication, while others may have unique interests or behaviors. But it's important to remember that these are not necessarily limitations, but simply different ways of interpreting and engaging with the world. ASD is typically apparent from early childhood, with signs often appearing before the age of 3. But it's also important to note that some people may not be diagnosed until much later in life. This doesn't mean the condition developed later, it simply means the markers were identified at a later stage. Now you might be wondering what these markers are. These can be a range of behaviors or traits that are commonly associated with ASD. For instance, an individual might have difficulties with social interaction, such as making eye contact or understanding social cues. They might also have repetitive behaviors or show intense interest in a specific topic or activity. But it's crucial to remember that every person with ASD is unique. Some might have difficulties in certain areas while others might excel. Some might be nonverbal while others might have advanced language skills. Some might prefer predictable routines while others might thrive on spontaneity. And it's this diversity that makes ASD a spectrum, because it encompasses a wide range of experiences and manifestations. ASD is not a disease, but a different way of experiencing the world. And while it can present challenges, it can also bring unique perspectives and abilities. Recognizing the markers of ASD can help us understand and support our children in their unique journey. So what are the markers of an ASD child? This is a question that many may grapple with, and today we're going to delve into some of these signs. One of the most common markers of autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is difficulties with social interaction. Children with ASD may struggle to form and maintain relationships with their peers. They may find it hard to understand other people's feelings, or to express their own emotions in a way that others can understand. Their play might be solitary, and they may find it challenging to engage in pretend play, or share enjoyment with others. Another marker to look for is challenges with verbal and nonverbal communication. Children with ASD might start speaking later than their peers, or they might not speak at all. They could use a limited vocabulary or repeat words and phrases. They might also have a unique tone of voice, perhaps speaking in a sing-song or robotic manner. Nonverbal communication can also be a challenge. Children with ASD might not make eye contact, or they might use gestures and facial expressions that don't match what they're saying. They may struggle to understand other people's body language and tone of voice as well. Repetitive behaviors are another key marker of ASD. This could manifest as a child lining up toys in a specific order, or insisting on following the same routine every day. They might also display repetitive body movements like hand flapping or rocking back and forth. It's important to note that while these behaviors can be a sign of ASD, they can also be typical behavior in young children. It's the intensity and persistence of these behaviors that could indicate ASD. But these are not the only markers. There are more subtle signs that we will explore next. Knowledge is power, and understanding these markers can empower us to provide the best support possible for children with ASD. Continuing from where we left off, let's delve into more subtle markers of an ASD child. The first marker we'll discuss is sensory sensitivities. Children on the autism spectrum can exhibit heightened or reduced sensitivity to sensory stimuli. This can manifest in a multitude of ways. For some, the buzz of a fluorescent light might be unbearable, or the texture of certain fabrics intolerable. Others might seek out sensory experiences like spinning or touching everything within reach. It's important to remember that every child's sensory profile is unique, and what might be soothing to one could be overwhelming to another. The second marker is an inflexible adherence to routines. For an ASD child, the world can be a chaotic and unpredictable place. To navigate this, they might develop rigid routines and rituals, finding comfort in the predictability. This might look like insisting on eating the same meal every day, or becoming distressed if a favorite route to school is changed. It's not about being stubborn or difficult, it's about creating a sense of order in a world that often feels out of control. Lastly, let's talk about unusual interests. An ASD child might develop a deep, passionate interest in a specific topic, often to the exclusion of other activities. This could be anything from trains to dinosaurs to the weather. While these interests might seem intense or even obsessive, they can also provide a valuable avenue for learning and engagement. It's about recognizing and nurturing these interests, not stifling them. These markers aren't about labeling or limiting a child. They're about understanding the unique ways an ASD child experiences and interacts with the world. It's about seeing the world from their perspective and using that understanding to support them in the best way possible. Understanding these markers opens the door to better support and appreciate the unique world of an ASD child. Knowing the markers is half the battle. The other half is knowing how to respond. And that response, dear listeners, is a blend of compassion, patience, and professional guidance. The markers of autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, can be daunting. But remember that they're not a verdict, but a guidepost. They help us understand how a child experiences the world, and how we can adapt our approach to meet them where they are. The first step is acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding that your child's journey is different, not less. It means moving away from, "Why is this happening?" to, "How can I help?" Next, educate yourself. Learn about ASD, its markers, and its implications. Knowledge is power, and in this case it's the power to empathize, to adapt, and to support. There's a wealth of material available online, in books and through seminars. Don't hesitate to dive in. Seek professional help. A diagnosis of ASD is a complex process that requires a team of professionals. They can provide a comprehensive evaluation of your child and guide you on the next steps. Therapists, special educators, and medical professionals can offer invaluable advice and strategies to help your child thrive. Engage with your child. Spend time playing, talking, and bonding. Remember, your child is not defined by ASD. They are defined by their abilities, their interests, their passions. Nurture those, join support groups. There are countless families walking the same path as you. They can offer comfort, advice, and a sense of solidarity. You're not alone in this journey, and there are many who can share their experience and wisdom. Finally, take care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Remember to practice self-care and get the rest you need. You're doing an amazing job. Remember, every challenge is also an opportunity for growth and understanding. Every step you take, every decision you make, is a testament to your love and dedication. And that love, dear listeners, is the most potent tool in your arsenal. Recognizing the markers of ASD in your child is the beginning of a journey. A journey marked by growth, understanding, and boundless love. It's essential to remember that every child is unique, each with their own strengths and challenges. This is especially true for children on the spectrum. Their world may be different, but it is not less. It's a world rich in detail, in focus, in sensory experiences that many of us may never fully comprehend. As you navigate this path, it's crucial to seek support, to ask for help when needed, and to remember you're not alone in this. There's an entire community out there, ready to lend a hand, to share experiences, to offer guidance. In this journey, you'll find strength in unexpected places, beauty in moments of connection, and joy in every small victory. In this journey of understanding and acceptance, remember, you are your child's biggest advocate and best support.